For joining us. Then, of course, we have Rohit Giri, one of the best riders that India's churned out. Thank you, Rohit, for joining us. We know speed thrills, but on the flip side, it can also kill. I'll start straight to Rohit. Straight with Rohit. Rohit, you are a rider. You've represented India at several occasions internationally. You felt the pulse. You know, adrenaline junkies. You don't just call someone just like that. It is a rush and it is a thrill. How do you look at an incident like this? Within city limits, you know, that craze has killed the poor guy.
Well, I mean, today superbikes have become a very passionate asset to everybody in this country. I mean, the access to easy availability of the bikes in India is also one of all the reasons, because money also is a big matter, because these days the bikes which cost in the US is about 10 lakhs, and the same bike today here in India costs twice the cost because of custom duties and everything.
Something about 30, 26,
yeah,
30
so
lakhs.
it's about 30 lakhs odd.
Yeah.
And it goes up to 55 lakhs. The BMW S1000RR HP4 costs about 55 lakhs today on road. And as me, been racing for almost 12 years now, and the last I rode on the street was from Bangalore to Chennai, I think back in 2005. And after that, I've been professionally racing, and I didn't want to put my life at stake, because the risk factors on the roads are very unpredictable, even for that sake, even be it a highway or even our street roads, because we do not have the right kind of infrastructure. And it's not only the civic amenities, it is also our own residential people who need to make some effort to make sure that once they dig the road, you know, for example, they're building a house.
It's absolutely not suitable for superbikes. City limits is
we have road humps, which is totally unpredictable, which is not seen, because a couple of days back when I was riding back home from my work, I literally jumped over a hump because it was totally blind, because there was no zebra crossing or any cat eyes placed on the road. And it is quite scary to ride, because you have to be very careful. You never know when you're going to hit a pothole.
And for all you know, you can't even see the dividers or the road bumps, because the lines are not drawn. Like normally it fades out, you know, bright lines, and you can make out from far that's a hump. Most often it's not visible. Yeah,
because the major factor is our fellow riders and fellow drivers. They come on the opposite with a high beam on, and that makes the driver or the rider's visibility poor. And because they want more vision, they want the length to be seen of the road. I mean, because you never know what is there in front of you.
I don't care who's blinded. I want to see.
That is the main thing, because he's concerned about his own safety. So for him, he himself is priority. He or she is himself. So today the road safety is very poor, and it's becoming overly populated back here in town. And the risk factor also is going more and more, because you never can judge anybody coming from anywhere. I mean, they come on the opposite direction at high speeds, no helmets, no proper riding gears.
And these are all said and given rules that all of us know. It's not like we don't know. It's obvious that if you're not responsible, you could meet with an accident. Still, there are cases persistent, you know, time and again you come across something like that, and it's very heartbreaking and disappointing, because it's not devastating only to the family, you know, the friends. It's just devastating. It's just destroying happiness for, I don't know, very sad. Did you by any chance know, Arun?
No. That's, as I said, today, I mean, when I started racing, or when I had a superbike back in 2003, 2004, I hardly knew about maybe 50 or 100 bikes back here in Bangalore. Today, probably every street has about 10 bikes today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a couple of my cousins are insane. They have bikes coming month after month, getting, you know, updated versions of bikes, and I don't understand that. Is it what is it an addiction, or can you call it that?
It's like this. These bikes are way too powerful than what
they're
you
powerful.
See. And probably our Indian bikes are capable of doing 120 or 140 kilometers per hour top speed, but these bikes are capable of doing 180 at first gear itself. So these bikes has got 6
So they
gears.
go up to 180 in what, 2-3 minutes?
No, what are you saying? 0 to 120 in 3 seconds, under 3 seconds.
200 in 6 seconds. This particular bike
200 in 3 seconds.
in 6 seconds.
And these bikes are capable of doing about 340 kilometers at a top speed.
Gosh. Any word from the family of Arun said? Do you know anything? His friend circle? What did they say?
I'm not very sure about the incident, but yeah, I heard about it. I keep getting updates. And
what are they saying? What happened?
I heard that he was riding back home after a dinner. I don't know whether if there was some kind of distraction or some kind of road issues or.
But he was overspeeding. Yeah. No, it's
no, we were not really sure.
And no, the cops have said that it was due to overspeeding.
And these bikes do not turn just like as you turn a normal bike, because these bikes needs proper geometry to ride the bike. Right. And it's not that easy to ride these bikes, because we go under professional training for years together to sit on the bike. Even to sit on the bike, you need to know how to sit on the bike and to look where you go, is what we say. Look where you go. Once you get distracted, you're gone. Right. It's all fractions of seconds. Even in racing, for that reason, we do speeds of over 300 plus, and we just lose a fraction of a second. You just get diverted, probably see a crowd or see somebody or see something passing. You just lose your concentration. You're not on the turn. You're outside the turn. You're in the gravel trap.
No, for sure. You said it has a lot of power that comes with it, and I think the Spider-Man's tagline that says with great power comes great responsibility aptly could be used with a case like this, because you can feel the power just as you accelerate one round. Rohit, Pradeep is saying that there are designated and specified tracks for racing.
Yeah, today.
How accessible is it?
Yeah. It is very easily accessible. Okay. When I started racing back maybe in 2001 and 2, we didn't have much of support from the government or the corporate sector. We used to take our own bikes and transport, and everything was to be all on our own. It used to be a single man work with one mechanic and one rider. We used to do all the hard work and everything to end of the day just to win the race. And today, most of the manufacturers have come in. For example, Yamaha, Honda, TVS, everybody have come in. They give their own bikes and they give riding gears as well, the safety gears, to the riders who are very interested at a very, very cheap price at the circuits like Coimbatore, Chennai and Delhi. So what has happened is here they get easy access. Even if you don't have a bike, it doesn't matter. You just have to register yourself. You need to qualify, and then you're there. So what happens here? Firstly, the government doesn't support the sport. The sport is called entertainment. Why doesn't F1 has backed off coming back from India? The only reason being F1 is called entertainment because they spend crores of rupees and everything, and JP Group spent so much of money building the track to make an Indian, to make an identity.
And it was taxed.
Put world racing into the world map. Indian racing into the world map. But what happened? F1 is a very big sport considered in the world. And what happened today is they're not coming back to India anymore. They have backed off. They said we don't have any more interest in coming back to India. That facility is a waste of money now. Because it's, as far as I know, they've spent almost about 40,000 crores building that circuit. It's built in about 2,000 acres of land. And not only that, the safety gears, what you wear is very, very important. You spend 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs on a bike. Why don't you spend 30,000 on a helmet? The helmet is supposed to take the impact and break off when you fall down. It's not supposed to stay still. So as soon as you crash, your helmet needs to break off. So what happens as soon as it breaks off, the impact goes away. People tend to buy 100 rupees helmet on the streets. Selling on the streets. Firstly, that should be banned. It's not it's not standardized.
So the 100 rupee helmet, the cheap helmets are. What's the quality? How should the quality?
See, when you have bikes available in India, definitely there are good helmets, good riding gears. You need to wear the basic equipment to ride on the street. Okay, I agree. The temperature is hot. You cannot wear leather. You can wear mesh jackets, which is perforated, which can breathe. And then you have your helmets, which also has breathing space and air vents in your helmets.
Right.
And it is very mandatory that you wear an ankle level boot, because the first thing which snaps off is your wrist and your ankle. That is very, very important. So all these gears and these leather and the suit, what I use for racing, my overall gear costs about 2.5 lakhs. But end of the day, it's my life.
Yeah,
so I wanna be rest assured I'm at my safety. But still, mishaps do happen. But these are made out of Kevlar. Kevlar is used in bulletproof vests. So that's why it's so costly. So why do you want to take risk when you spend so much? Spend some more on your life as well.
Yeah, why not?
The problem is like riding gears, as you told riding gears, buying a Superbike, and he feels guilty to ask someone like, where will I get a helmet? So what we tell, as being in motorsports, we tell them, please call us. We'll help you out. We'll tell you where will you get all these things.
And just to add, not only that, I have a big fan following back on Facebook, but I make sure I reply to each and every one's message. I easily get about 50 to 100 messages every day. But whenever I take time, I make sure people ask me for guidance for racing. People ask me guidance for suits, for helmets and everything. So we are here. The panel here.
Yeah, I mean help is there at every
we are
step
always
if
here.
you need
It's not that we are not celebrities. We consider ourselves sportsmen. We have hard work till here.
You are, Rohit.
But for me, I've come the hard way because I don't see myself as a superstar or something, but I like to call myself a sportsman, then a celebrity. But I like to help a lot of people. I've trained a lot of national level athletes who are representing India in the Asian circuit. And I'm very happy they're doing well as well.
I mean, so you're saying safety gear, safety itself is first priority, very, very vital.
Mostly when we cruise, we don't cross 100 and 120.
Okay.
Because these are long distance, we do 800, 900 kilometers a day.
This is on cruising bikes.
In cruising bikes.
Mr. Suresh, on Rohit on Superbikes?
I mean, again, back when we used to ride, the roads used to be empty. So firstly, we have to understand this. You know, back when we ride through villages, these people do not know what is speed. They have probably been in the max at 40 kilometers per hour on their step through or their scooters or
There's
whatever.
no hard and fast rule, but this is the amount of speed.
See, it's all yours. As you go faster and faster, your vision becomes focal. It becomes to a point. So that's why I say is like, it's not I say, it's everybody say in a professional level. It's like where you see is where you go. So when you're seeing at a point, that's where you will go. So once you deviate, you've lost control. Your concentration is completely scattered. So that is why physical fitness is at most important to ride these machines. It's not
you can't
just
be
sit on the
jet
bike and
lagging
ride,
or half drunk or anything. Anyway,
It's not that you're going to invest again and again. These things last long and they don't last for like a month or one crash. I've crashed on my suit probably like 50 times, but I still can use it. I have about 4 to 5 suits. I still can use even my first suit, which I used in my first racing. So these suits,
I'll come to you about the availability of these suits for all those adrenaline junkies, especially biking enthusiasts.
Police were using the country going.
You go abroad and all the kind of bikes the police use, most of them are super bikes.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
just a suggestion which I would put across. I've trained a lot of people, youngsters. I am definitely willing forward even to train the police if they're looking forward just at a professional level. Safety. Again, the skills of a stunter on the road and the skills of the police are two different lines altogether. Because the cops are not trained. Probably the cop can chase if the road is empty, but what he needs equal skill to go on a chase.
Yeah, of
on
course.
A hot pursuit.
You
it's
need
not
skill
going
to
be
be
easy.
chasing a
But I'm very open. I'm open. I'm ready. I'm willing to share my skills.
Sure, I think Mr. Jagdish is all ears and listening to you. Maybe they will come up with an initiative. Welcome back. Well, we continue discussing superbikes and how it could really, the speed could really kill, along with not just thrilling, it's also killing, as dangerous as it is exciting. You were saying something about how ego issues leads to a lot of these accidents, biking accidents.
Today, our generation, like, everybody wants to be famous.
Okay.
Everybody wants to get 1,000 likes on their Facebook profile picture.
Okay.
So, they need attention. So any celebrity or anybody, any human would definitely love attention. So they would definitely want a supercar or a superbike because that's the most easiest access to attention.
Yeah, it's a prestige issue. It's a status issue.
Okay, for example, a guy owns a bike which is worth 10 lakhs. Immediately the other guy said, okay, fine, he owns a bike which is 10. I'll buy another bike which costs about 15 lakhs.
Yeah.
So he becomes a little superior. So there is a little bit of ego issues there. And again, while riding on the street, you know, when there are two bikers all together with two different machines, high-end machines, so they see each other. They don't communicate. They just look at each other and they just convey the message like, let's bring it on. Yeah, let's bring it on. Who's got the best?
Gosh.
So that is one ego issue. And we have equally, for me, my agenda for biking is like, I have this saying for myself. You respect the machine, that a machine respects you back. Because once you ill-treat your machine, the machine shows what it is. It also has feelings, is what I know. We communicate. Me and my bike communicate. It may sound funny. But yeah, me and my bike talk. I talk to my bike. In case I do something stupid to my bike, for example, I hit it on a pothole or something. That is totally. I say sorry to my bike.
Is that your bike on your arm?
Yeah, it's a
What's
tattoo
the
of my
bike?
bike. It's an R1. I got it back in 2004.
Damn cool, man.
So
Show it up to the cameras. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the bike again?
It's a Yamaha R1. It's my all-time favorite. I got it done in 2004. So
What's the on the other hand? On the
this
other
is an
arm?
R1, just the logo of the bike. So
Okay.
and
Fancy.
so yeah, I mean this is one of the main reasons. Ego is one of the most main reasons for crashes, which can be caused because I've been a biker on the street, off the
You've
street.
seen a lot of rivalry can
I
lead
would
to
just make this one point. There is a guy called Chris Pfeiffer who's world's #1 stunter.
Okay.
He does it on a BMW 800. Okay, whereas our Indian bikers are much more skillful than him. Appreciate the talent which we Indians have got, and hats off to them. They do it on small bikes which are underpowered, and they can perform much better stunts than Chris Pfeiffer. So I would definitely put an open challenge that our Indian talent is much more superior than what abroad has got. Only problem is we do not have backup.
You don't have backup, you don't have support from the government.
I was
you say,
assured,
but there's a lot of potential.
I was assured by one of the ex-sports ministers that in Devnalli they were building a sports complex. They said they would allot me 200 acres of land to build a facility for motorsports.
And then?
And the
Never
next week
happened.
I go back again to Vidhan Sada to have a meet, taking my proposal. He just asked me, who are you?
Oops. Yes, Yadav. So thank you so much. Rohit, a last word. I'm sorry I can't take all your views. Where is the safety gears available? I just want to know that.
Safety gears are available at most places in Bangalore. I mean, if they want to contact me, I can help them get it as well. As for bike riding techniques, I have a couple of videos on YouTube. They
A
can
couple
check.
of links quickly before we wrap.
Just search my name. It's Rohit Giri, ROHITGIRI. Just quickly search my name on Facebook or YouTube. You can get a lot of videos where I train people via internet on the video, like how to place
And safety gears? Any particular
they can just
designated
message me.
shop
They can
or
just message
showroom?
me so that the right kind of gear I will guide them to the right shop.
You'll guide them.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Srinivas and Mr.
Thank
Pramod.
you.
Can't take your final words. We come to a close here.
Just be a responsible citizen. That's all we
Be
care
responsible. Yeah, it all comes down to that, being disciplined, responsible. No matter what bike you ride, it's just a sense of responsibility. Safety first is the attitude with which you mount the bike, and thereon, from the journey to the destination, everything is important. Every second is important. Thank you so much for joining us there. Stay tuned for more news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned.